What is up, guys? Verns here, back with another Supercoach video. And whoo! What a round we had. 2,035 points. Massive. Massive. Look, first of all, I'm actually so sorry I didn't get back to the comments left on the last video. I just ended up being, once again, just very busy. I'm definitely going to go have a read of those right after this, so you should probably get them as the video is being released. So sorry about that, guys, but massive round. Plenty of things went right for me. My pods popped off, and my anti-pods had poor games. The only one that really hurt me was Gorn. I had a good read on the captains. We put Laird as a VC. We had Miller as a C, but we took Laird's VC. But that's all right. We always bank on 136. And overall, just a really, really solid week for us. We did throw away 29 points, unfortunately. I wasn't thinking about it at the time, but with McComb playing the first game, I should have had him as the emergency on the bench because I had Roses as the emergency in the forward line. So could have flicked him down and saved 29 points there. I don't know how that would have boosted me up in the ranks, but we jumped up 3,147 places. So back in the top 4K. It's looking good. We're going to be super aggressive in these buys, and I'm hoping to take a lot of ground. So that's an awesome start to the first buy, one that we knew that we were very, very ready for. So awesome. We can once again see all my drafts, my leagues, everything with the win. So it went really, really well. So let's jump on into it. Let's have a look here. Look, Pie's getting up on Hawthorn. Whew, that was so good. I didn't see Sicily dropping such a poor score, but things like Lipinski and Cameron having massive scores for me really boosted me this week. So yeah, if we jump in, we can already see it. Laird's VC was on. We threw the C on Hewitt and we banked that 136, as you should. I think a lot of people got Laird's 136, so awesome. So Dawson 106 to start off with. Good, that's solid, that's right on his average. If he kicked 106 every single game for the rest of the season, I'd be happy with that. So awesome. Crisp only got the 100. He did disappear for periods of time in this game, so not too surprised with that. Kind of surprised he actually did get as high as he did. He did have impactful moments at the end of the day, but yeah, it didn't seem as much as I would have liked. McCartan, the 95, so he made the right call moving on to Conning, who dropped the 73 and keeping McCartan. It does beg the question, do we keep McCartan for the rest of the season as like an emergency swingman, forward back? Definitely could be an option. Dacos 113, how good was it holding on to him to see him bring back such dividends? Awesome. As we can see here in the backline too, we also have Sinclair and Ware, our two trade-in options for this week. Very aggressive trade-ins so that we're more ready for this round 12 buy. Round 13 buy that we're kind of lacking in. So, yeah, really cool. Oliver 134, awesome score. Neil, the 87, they did talk about it, putting a cooler on Neil to try and keep him out of the game. And he was actually tracking pretty well at halftime and kind of disappeared towards the end of the game there when Frio ran away with it. The last quarter was kind of funny. You saw both teams were just smashing goals left, right, and center. Like, that was a high-scoring final quarter. Lad 136, awesome. He's such a pig. He was just everywhere. McRae 107. Yeah, once again, a little bit unders from McRae, especially. Look, good news is with the Dogs, we had Bailey Smith actually get suspended, so huge reward for us there. We obviously chose Bontempelli over Bailey Smith earlier in the season. I think it was last week, purely off Bailey Smith being out with illness. Now for him to be suspended for 2 weeks, really, really punishing those that had him in a situation where they shouldn't have been. Like, they were so set. But this is a huge gateway for us to get back into it this season, because I said a lot of the top tier players have him, so awesome. Obviously not awesome, but did something stupid. I'll take it. That's awesome for me. Miller 167. We knew he was going to tear it up. We knew he was going to come with a bounce back game after last week, but you can't not take Laird's 136 that he had. So yeah, awesome 167 regardless. McComb, the 43. This is where I should have had McComb down here instead of Bont, and then I should have had McComb on the bench. He drops the 40. If he drops a good score, we put Rioli on and we bank it. If he dropped the bad score, then I just run with Roses, and I end up with 29 extra points because it would have knocked Clark out of the team because I had 20 playing. So 29 extra points, every point counts. It sucks to just throw away points like that, but sometimes you don't think. Yeah, it's that simple. But yeah, we'll just look at Bont because he's here now. Yeah, Bont had a good game. We'll take that 109. once again, since he's in the forward line, if he's dropping a 109 every game, I'd be plenty happy with that. Clark, 54. He started like a house on fire. He looked good in the first few minutes. He had a few great tackles and holding the balls, and it just it kind of surprised me that he didn't get a higher score, but it was a lot more towards the end of the game when he was getting those big tackles and holding the ball. I swear I saw him get like 3 in like a span of 5 minutes, but it was kind of dead, so really didn't scale well, unfortunately. Stevens with the 33. Oof, bit rough. Might get dropped. That's fine. He sort of did what he needed to do in our team, and he's not really going to be someone that we move on for money anyway, unless like, even if he did go nuts, why would I move him on at that point? So whatever, he did what he needed to do. He played the first bye. Hopefully he plays the next one. Saying that, I'm pretty set for round 14, so it's not the biggest loss. Yeah, Owen's someone else that we brought in this week to be more set for this week. Carroll, I don't know if he's going to get named. Even if he's a midi sub, I'm just going to, you put him on field regardless, and just, if he gets points, he gets points. Awesome. If he outscores someone that maybe gets injured or something in the first 5 minutes and drops a 6, awesome. Extra points. And if he doesn't get named, then whatever, doesn't get named. Darcy, the 59. Bit rough there. Honestly, he was just mere for a lot of the game. I don't know what his time on ground was, but look, Lloyd Meek was in this week, and Lloyd Meek had a great game, and he did a lot of the things we normally see Darcy do. And so I think it's one of those things where if you look at their 2 scores, and you probably add those together, that's where Darcy probably could have been this week. But Lloyd Meek was eating up a lot of his ruck time, doing a lot of the marking work and a lot of the body work that Darcy normally does. But oh well. He did spend a fair bit of time forward for what I saw. There was that one play where he ran really bloody hard, and then I think it was Banfield finally kicked it to him, and he's got like a 2-on-1. Like, he was running so hard. If Banfield made the play 5 to 10 seconds earlier, like, Darcy 100% gets the mark. Even if he makes it 5 seconds earlier, he gets the 1-on-1, and honestly 100% gets the mark. He only didn't get that mark because he had the second player coming across. He definitely beat, I forgot whoever it was that ran and tried to get there to him, but he outbodied them and had the position, but then the second guy got across for the spoil, unfortunately. So, bit unfortunate that Darcy didn't get rewarded in that play. That was early on too. It ended up being a close game, so it wouldn't have scaled as well early in the game, but just sometimes you see frustrating plays like that where players aren't rewarded for their hard work, and you can see it on Darcy as well. He threw his arms in the air. He was just like, he was annoyed. He was annoyed that he ran hard, he got to space, and Banfield took 10 seconds to 15 seconds to kick him the ball, and then he got stuck in a 2-on-1 and couldn't clunk the mark because of it. So very frustrating for him that moment, but frustrating for our owner as well to see that too. Cameron, awesome. What an awesome game. He had so many marks in this game. Just like running back with the intercepts, but also down the line. He just got a few good grabs. He was doing well in the ruck. He really did play awesome. He kicked the goal early too. Very accurate kick. So definitely helped. Dunkley, 66. Rough. We all know Dunkley's been playing more and more forward time, and I guess in a game where Doggies end up losing to Sydney, and Sydney did own the ball, that's where I guess someone that gets stuck playing forward majority is going to get really punished. But yeah, he just didn't. I didn't really see him in this game. I actually generally watched this game, and Dunkley just wasn't anywhere. Like, he just was not involved. To be fair, as I said, I'm pretty sure he was stuck down the forward line for a lot of this game, and he just couldn't get involved. Brody, what a monster. Like, best starting pick of the year. Like, I know everyone's been saying it, but look at this. 573k. He's on his way to 600k as a 200k player. I don't know if there's any player that's ever done that in the history. Has started at basically a rookie price, because he was less than the number 1 draft pick. I'm pretty sure number 1 starts at 207 and he was 202. So less than the number 1 draft pick. So rookie price, elevated price nevertheless, but rookie price, and going to be potentially 600k at one point in the season. Like, I don't know if anyone's ever done that. It is mental. So congrats, like, awesome. Pfeiffer's trying to get back this week because he played in the Waffle this week and apparently did really well. So that will give us a bit of a tell to see how this is going to affect Brody's game. But yeah, he's just been, what a machine. What a machine. You didn't start with him, so punishing. I can say the same for Sicily. I didn't start with Hewitt either, so I can say the same for that. There's plenty of picks that you didn't start with, but I think he was the biggest one purely off the value he has given you for a 200k player. It is insane. Luke Parker, 97. I found it really funny. So we had the 97, 96, 95 out of the 3 Swans players I had. Really nice seeing them on the Supercoach app line, like in that little line with that green on them. Yeah, 97, not bad, not bad. He honestly did well. Heaney bounced back too. He had a good game. Was a bit more involved, wanted the ball more. Yeah, they both honestly played pretty well. Um, I'm pretty happy with those scores. That's like fine. Like if you're gonna drop that, that's fine. If you like, we've seen Parker and Heaney in this season drop 50s. So if you're dropping a 90, I am plenty happy with that. Yes, obviously I want you to be doing above that if you're going to be a keeper in my team, but I will take that. Lipinski finally brings back some dividends with the 119, and that was him giving away the deliberate at the end of the game too. Would have had some pretty negative scaling then. But yeah, the 119, awesome. He's actually been a much better pick than Rao. So him and Rao were basically similar prices. I think Rao's average is around 85 or so. Lipinski 93. Lipinski's made about 100k, where Rao's made like 60. So yes, the money's not really relevant if he's a keeper, but at the end of the day, he got forward DPP. So even if him and Rao went even, since he has a forward DPP, he's more valuable. But then he's also just outperformed Rao overall. So Lipinski actually a great. Not great, but he's been good. He's been solid. He better than Rao. One of the better mid prices you could have started. So awesome. Roses 83, awesome. He clunked a bunch of goals early on, which really skyrocketed his early scoring, and then he kind of just moseyed on to the 83 after like a 56 by the half. So yeah, we'll take that. Awesome. And then yeah, I didn't actually speak about Macomb. Someone didn't see too much in the game. Once again. Yeah, a lot of these Dogs players, it just felt like it was a Sydney game. They really owned the ball, just controlled the game, and yeah, a few of them just disappeared for long periods of time. But yeah, that was the week. Awesome week. 360k in the bank. This is, once again, we're going to go aggressive, guys. We have a lot of players out, so let's get these guys back on the field that are potentially playing. Hopefully Ware gets named. That would be super nice. We're going to get led out of here. Doesn't really matter where Bont goes at the end of the day. I might as well just move Stevens and Clark over Bont. It's always nice to see your premiums in the field, I feel. Bruce is back, so this is where we can put Bruce in the ruck, and if we move on Macomb, we can move Darcy Cameron down and bring in another ruck, but yeah, not too sure who will go there. If Bruce ends up not getting named, we might just move on Bruce this week. Actually, there's no one I want to move to, because if I want to move to anyone, it's going to be Wits or Tim English, and I don't really want to move to them this week because we need players on field. Yeah, let's just throw Rioli back on field here. Oh, I guess Roses isn't playing. Sorry, once again, I want to keep the premiums on. They just look better. So we have 6 in the back line. We're missing the 3 there, so we've got 11 there. Plus these 2, 13, plus the 3 here, 16. If I can get Cameron on field, then it's 17. And that's assuming Ware plays. So assuming that Ware doesn't play, he doesn't get named. Carroll, I don't think he'll get named. I think Ware's definitely a better chance than Carroll. We could be potentially 16, 15, but we've got 3 trades to get enough players in, so that's all good. Who are we moving on this week? Macomb is out of the side. Roses has done his dash. And then I was going to actually... This is where I was going to move on McCartan. As much as I want to keep him, he's probably got great value too if I looked at his break-evens. What's he looking at break-even-wise? 52. That's fine. Rose is going to have a good break-even, 4. But break-evens don't really matter. Money doesn't really matter right now. If we're finishing the team, it doesn't matter. So what are we looking at here? We're not bringing in a defender. Do I have anyone I can slip into defense? Ooh, I do not. I guess that does make things hard. I guess I do have to bring in a defender. But unless I'm finishing the team, do I want to be bringing one in? That's really annoying. So we want to move Cameron down. We wanted to move Bontempelli down. And this leaves room for us to bring in our man, Parrish, which is awesome. But then we're at this awkward position where do we have any rookies in the back line that are bringingable? Guess Skinner is definitely injured. If he's back this week, that'd be really cool to bring him in. Oh my goodness. God, there's really no defender rookies to bring in. That is really rough. I am not too sure what to do here. Even the ruck rookies, they don't exist. Because I was going to bring in 2 downgrade options this week, if possible. If I'm bringing in non-playing players, it hurts too much in this week. I want to ruck forward too. Teagle might get named, but it doesn't really matter because he's not really going to play. Let's just put in Teagle for now, just for the fun of it. Yeah, I'm a bit stumped here as to where I should go. Round 1 defender is Doherty, and I could... Oh, I can't even get it. That's so rough. I really want Stewart next week. Stewart broke his break even, though. What is he at? 144. Once again, doesn't really matter if he goes up and down in price, though, if I finish the team, so... Oh, man, this is rough. Look, let's just bring McCartan back in for now. We'll figure that out in a second. So we'll put our boy on. I guess we just throw that on Teagle for the funsies. Because at the end of the day, yeah, if Bruce doesn't get named, maybe I move Bruce on. There's no one I want to move him on for. I guess I move Bruce on, move Cameron back there, and then I can bring someone in the forward. I don't have any mid players either that can be swung down anymore. Oh man, that's super rough. Super rough. God, I'm a bit lost here as to what to do. I mean, let's count on how many we have here. We have the 6 here. The blue dot's there, so there's 6 more. 12. We remove Carroll. 11. 2 rucks are playing. 13. So we're at 17. So we need at least 1 more playing player. What's Greg Clark at money-wise? 243. Is there any rookies on the bubbles I can grab for this? I hate going on Greg Clark early, but... God, there isn't even anyone... There's just no rookies. Okay, well, we'll have to wait for the mid-season draft, and sorry, mid-season draft obviously already happened. We'll have to wait for team lists and see which mid-season draft players get named. That'll be super important. If they're from the first week, that'll be great too. Yeah, I'll have to do a teams video to update you with my decisions, guys. At the end of the day, look, Parrish is going to be coming in. Yeah, just not too sure about the rest there. I don't even know if Teagle staying is probably best. As I said, if I trade Bruce, it's not really a trade I wanted to do if I could avoid it. Cameron goes in, and then, yeah, who am I going to bring in here? The only kind of player I really want is English, who broke his break even too. Oh, it's not even broken. He'll be fine. But I want to wait for him after his bye. Yeah, I'm just not too sure where I'm going to go here, guys. Look, I've dragged it along long enough, sitting here going, not too sure. So yes, we've got 17 players on field. I want more. We are going to get more. The question is, who gets named? Yeah, it's a rough week for everyone. And this was a week where I was really hoping to take ground. I'm really glad that we took so much ground on week 12. If we can get enough players on field for this week and take some ground on this week, my round 14 I feel already feels good. So I honestly think we'll be able to run away with a really good post buys, even pushing the top 1,000 if we can keep up this aggressive mentality. But yeah, also you guys can see my background, threw up some anime posters and stuff, gave it some color, so hope you'll enjoy that. But yeah, I'll get to those comments. Thank you everyone for tuning in, liking, subscribing. Awesome, following the journey. Really appreciate that. Before I let you go, captaincy options. What are we looking at here? Who have good that could be a massive game. Also, Carlton into Essendon. That could also be a massive game for Crips. Bleh. I don't know why I get them wrong every time, guys. I just don't know if I can put the C on Darcy. I gotta be honest, I just don't think I have the cojones to do that. Richmond into Port, nah, I don't really want to do anyone from this game. Nah, wouldn't matter which team's which. Wouldn't do either of these. I wouldn't do anyone from Essendon into Carlton because Carlton are really good at eating up points. They're sort of similar to Dogs this season. Their midfield is so good and they're eating up so many points and they're just being so strong. It's too hard to put anyone from Essendon. Where Carlton, on the other hand, you could definitely put players from Carlton. Essendon are leaking a ton of points and they have some really strong contenders. Hewitt is a really safe VCC option. He's going to get between that 110 to sort of 130 every week. At least that's what he's done all season long. So you can easily chuck that on him and get like a nice standard score. But if you want to, play a bit more for the upside, definitely Cripps. I said that one right for once. Cripps, he has obviously huge upside, but he can have those smaller games. I just don't know anyone from Essendon that's going to be able to tag him or stop him. He's probably just going to run through them and score a massive one. So I think he's a great VC option. As we know, Hawthorn's ruck, their ruck situation isn't great. They had a much better ruck situation this week, but even then, Cameron still dropped to 129. So I think Darcy could be a really good one to go. Good question if Lloyd Meek plays, because as I said, I think he actually eats into Darcy's points, so we prefer for him not to play. You could also look at Neil into St Kilda. I think that could also be not a bad one. Yeah, that could be not a bad one. GWS Kelly. Kelly's a good one there. Yeah, I mean, look, that's another thing I could do to get aggressive. I could get aggressive and try and bring in Walsh or Kelly into North as well. That would be insanely good. What is their run into GWS's run? Then they go Doggies, but then they go Pies and we league field and points in the midfield. Hawks, league points. Pretty hard finishing games, though, as well. And we all know Kelly is notorious for missing a week here or there. He's definitely playing better with the way that the coach has changed everything. I'd love to see Kelly's actually last 5 rounds. So yeah, he's a good captain option, I think, if you have him. Not a good one. He's honestly a great one. So his last 3 rounds, yeah. Last 5 rounds. Look at those averages. As much as you're seeing this, which is still pretty good, like, that's what needs to be noted. He has been mental recently. He's had the role given back to him, and he's just destroying. He's had massive games. 3 massive ones. Even the small one against Geelong, but he is actually a pretty good target. What's his break even at? 110. Okay, that's not too bad. That could be another option I look at. If I don't actually get enough players to play, I could boost and potentially try and get Kelly into the field. It might just ruin me for making the switch to English from Cameron afterwards. Yeah, that's not a bad one to finish the team with. That's the only problem, though. It's finishing the team, and we know how good Mills' run is at the end of the season, and I really want Mills in the team. I think Mills had a good week this week as well, didn't he? Maybe only a 102 or something. No, 113, and the week before, 117? So, yeah, not bad scores from him either. He is uber expensive. Oh, he's really dropping in cash, actually, so he's only 3k more than Kelly, so I guess that's the big difference. We look at the 3 round and the 5 round. Kelly's outscoring him by 20 points. As much as the season average is higher because he had a better start to the season, Kelly's going nuts right now. And Kelly has the heights to hit 200. He's done it before. So, yeah, Kelly's a great captain option this week. Actually, one that I might actually consider. If we see who's in, who's out, who I actually have on field. If I'm only playing 18, I don't like the idea of 18. If I can make an upgrade where I move somebody, Greg Clark or something, to Kelly, and then I get kind of a more reliable captain score, I will definitely look at that. So yeah, if you have Kelly, definitely recommend that. And then Pies versus Melbourne, we do league points. We do. Oliver could very much be a very good C option too, but obviously he's had this bit of inconsistencies. You could also look at Gorn into it, but Cameron really has been lifting his... Cameron's been good, honestly. He gives up points, but he gets quite a lot himself. So yeah, I think that's a wrap, guys. Yeah, awesome. Once again, so sorry, dragged on. I've already said everything. So yes, thanks for coming, guys, and I will catch y'all next time. Peace.